Hey Aquarius, happy March 2018. This is Dark Dove Tarot. I hope you're doing fantastic. I pre-shuffled the cards, but I'm going to add a little more energy before we get started. I do sage and shuffle, etc., but I don't want to take up too much of your time doing that. So, again, I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope the new year has treated you really well. This is for singles and anybody looking to reconcile. Generally for singles, but I do touch base on reconciliation as well. Because those just tend to be the people who ask questions, who comment, order private reads, etc. So, anyways, if you don't like that, let me know. I do have people ask about couples on occasion. Any likes, subscribes, comments is greatly appreciated. If you have subscribed and you're watching, that's greatly appreciated as well. So, again, we'll get moving here. Now, I am keeping these a little shorter than usual just because that way I can get everybody's reads out on time. Again, if you want to like, subscribe, comment, it's greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the information is in the description. Also, this is general, so keep that in mind because I think sometimes people forget that. I'm going to pull your theme of the month card. When they're commenting, you know, it's hard, obviously, to read for everybody, so it's general. That's why we always suggest that you check your sun, moon, and rising, because some months those may resonate with you more than others. So let's pull your theme of the month, and we'll get started. And this is, again, for Aquarius, March 2018, for anybody who's single and possibly looking to reconcile. All right, let's see. A bunch of... Oh. All right, and your theme of the month is the Fool. So, excellent theme of the month. This is the beginning of the major arcana. This is the beginning of the tarot cycle. So, the Fool is somebody who's fearless, somebody who's, you know, full of innocence and full of life and full of joy. Can't wait to see what's coming next. Somebody who's starting a journey. So, if you're single, this is definitely saying if you're not dating, you will be dating soon. I think, though, a lot of you maybe have already stepped out into the dating world. But maybe you're trying something different. Maybe you're going out on a limb and doing like speed dating or matchmaking or something along those lines. But whatever you're doing, there's potential here, because the Fool is all about, again, new beginnings and a lot of potential. So that tells me if you are dating or if you're going to date, there are going to be suitors available to you, people that you may just connect with, whether it's friends. I feel like Aquarius, you're kind of coming into this month like, hey, let's just hang out. If it's friends, if it's lovers, if it's people to date, let's just enjoy each other. The dating world can be so harsh sometimes that you're coming into this month really positive. And maybe it's just because you've had a journey of meeting some pretty cool people recently, and you realize that it doesn't have to be cut and dry. I think a lot of people assume that it has to be like yes or no, swipe left, swipe right. It doesn't have to be that way. How come you can't just meet really cool people who then introduce you to other people or introduce you to things you've never done before? So I feel like Aquarius, that's kind of the attitude you're taking on this month, which is really positive. If you're not feeling that way, maybe that's coming in, you know, in the next couple of days or maybe throughout the month. If you're looking to reconcile, this is also about potential being there and being fearless about it. So if there was finger pointing, if there were lies or things involved or just arguments or disagreements and you guys couldn't get over certain things, this is saying, look, if you face it head on, eat the frog, right? So they say, eat the frog and face it head on, meaning, you know, just kill any judgment and forget anything, not forget, but like get through the muck. Have an intense conversation. If this is something you both really want or you want and there's potential they want, then have that conversation. Get through it, get through the thick so you can get to the thin and maybe start a whole new cycle. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have Death. And I love this card. It's not a physical death. Death is representing change, rebirth, transformation. This also represents Scorpio, so you may be dealing with Scorpio. But Death coming into the month, if you're single, definitely goes very well with the Fool, because this is a rebirth. This is a transformation. So this is saying, look, whatever you've been doing, now you're changing it up. And I really feel like you're coming in with this energy of, well, I'm tired of the online dating, or I'm tired of this, that, and the other. So I've found meetup groups, or I've been asking friends, hey, you know, let's go out and do a singles night together, or let's start something. Let's go online and be like, hey, You know, any single people out there want to have like a soiree or something, definitely looking at things differently. But this is also a transformation. So it could be transformation in yourself. Maybe you haven't dated in a long time and you're ready. Maybe you were doing certain things to take care of you. Maybe you're just now ready to step out there and see what's going on. Maybe the past couple of months, maybe 6 months, I feel like some of you have just been marinating, almost like working out or changing lifestyle habits or changing jobs or changing locations. And you've always had a passion for love, right? Because Aquarius really do have a passionate energy, but it wasn't time. And you guys are really good about knowing, having that third eye, so to speak, that divine timing, sixth sense, if you will. And so this is saying that if you're single, this may be the time that you're going, okay, I'm tired of being single, or I've gotten other things in my life together and I'm ready to branch out. But it's not like a rush. This isn't like, oh, I need to find it. This is like, hey, I'd like to meet somebody pretty cool who could maybe have some potential of being a future partner. And if you're looking to reconcile, this is also either a rebirth of a relationship or a death of a relationship and no chance of reconciliation. So I think it's 50-50 here, because I think if you guys are going to decide to reconcile and you are in contact, or you're planning on getting contact, or you've been talking about things, this is saying, look, this is a whole new transformation. We're going to come in this clean slate, again, without the jabbing each other, without the pointing the fingers, and then there's a rebirth of something that might be potentially really positive. Or it's going to go the opposite, where, you know, this is a death of any type of negative energy, because for whatever reason, Aquarius, I feel this like unbelievable, like it's giving me chills type, really positive energy coming into March. Could be the retrograde. Everybody always views retrogrades as negative, but that's not always been the case. And I've certainly not always had negative experiences with retrograde coming up. But death could be just a transformation of yourself and letting go of negative energy. And this may be the first month where you decided to branch out and maybe meet new people. You have that connection, but you may finally put your foot down and say, this isn't happening. I can't focus my energy on this. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month, and you have justice. So this is about pretty much what the card says, justice. This is about finding truth. This is about seeking honesty and clarity. Again, this is internal, but this is saying, look, if you're single, this is you saying, hey, maybe you haven't done yourself justice. Maybe you've been picking the wrong partners. Maybe you've been looking in the wrong areas. Maybe you've just been, you know, giving yourself justice, so to speak, saying, hey, I deserve much more. And there's a lot of cause and effect with the justice card, a lot of absolutes, a lot of morality. And this is saying, look, Aquarius, if you've been single on purpose. You've been waiting for the time that bringing somebody in would be positive for you. Bringing somebody in would be good, because some of you had some changes that needed to be made. And this is saying, look, you know the cause and effect. Some of you weren't happy in a lot of other aspects in your life. Maybe you weren't happy with yourself and your self-esteem was low. And you knew that bringing somebody into your life when you're not feeling good about yourself doesn't help, right? Because nobody can build you up at the end of the day but you. Yes, people can affect you in that way, but if you're feeling negative energy, or if you're having a hard time at work or family, or you're having other issues go on, bringing somebody into that situation isn't going to make it better. In fact, it can also become a burden, and you didn't want to have that happen. So justice is very much about you taking control and saying, okay, when I'm ready to date, I'll date. And when I'm ready to meet new people, I'll meet new people. And I know what I'm looking for, therefore I'll go for what I'm looking for. So again, I think you're changing it up, and you have a different mindset on it. And this is about absolutes. So I feel like you know this is absolutely where you want to be. If you're starting to date, great. If you're still just kind of hanging back and like, I might talk to a few people here and there, whatever you're doing, it's like you're very sure of your decision. If you're looking to reconcile, this is cause and effect as far as if we get back together, what happens next? If we don't get back together, what impact does that have in my life? So I feel like it's 50-50 still, although I feel like for some of you, because of this Fool and the potential, I feel like it's a more positive concentration towards reconciliation. But this is you weighing things heavily on your mind and making decisions based on, look, I mean, if you guys fought all the time, then what is going to happen if you get back together? What's the cause and effect? You guys get back together and you were fighting all the time. Will you continue to fight? Yes, if issues don't get resolved. If there were underlying issues, if there were lies, if they're cheating, anything like that, this is you saying, if we decide to reconcile, where will we be after that? And it's also about a moral consciousness. I don't know why I cannot speak right now. It's about a moral consciousness, because you're saying, at the end of the day, is this good for me? Maybe you're a single parent. Maybe you're, a single parent to a pet. There's a lot of things going into this, and you have to realize what is good for you, what's not good for you. It comes down to what's healthy and what will balance your life out. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, sometimes it comes through, childhood. And this is the 6 of coins, or 6 of pentacles. So this is kind of feeling generous, almost like you're giving, but this is somebody who was giving maybe feeling like charity. So I always read this card together, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, because this is about generally not about the person you're thinking about reconciling, and sometimes this is like, so far it's childhood, etc. But this is contentedness and charity. So it's twisted in the fact that it's saying, look, at some point you stayed with somebody way too long and you were very charitable in it and you were very nice about it, but you spent a lot of time in a relationship or in a family environment or some sort of situation that was not good for you, was not healthy, and you were doing it because you felt bad, because you felt guilty. So instead of getting out of it, you stayed, and for some of you it became a mess. For some of you it became a big mess. But this definitely says, look, you were very generous with your heart at some point, and you either got burned, you got lied to, you got cheated on, something along those lines, or you were generous with somebody who maybe was good for you, but not the person that you loved, or not somebody you were attracted to anymore. And you guys stayed together for 10 years because neither one of you could be mean to the other, because nobody really did anything wrong. You just grew apart. And so this month you're coming into it saying, there's a death of how I go about thinking about relationships. There's so much potential out there that I can have a really positive future. I just need to change the way I'm going about finding someone, or the way I'm thinking about love, etc. The next card you have is your immediate past, so over the past few weeks, past month or so. So this is very interesting, because this is very contradictory to the Fool and to death, although not necessarily to death. This is a 10 of Swords, and this can be about tragedy, it can be about loss, it can be about endings. So this could be a death. Somebody went through a death recently, and maybe that's what made you go, life is too short, and if I really want to meet somebody, or if I, maybe you had a parent die or a grandparent or somebody, and you realized some of the happiest times in their life were with people, were with family they loved. I read an article that, I cannot remember, but some major university did this lifelong study, I don't know, like 70 years, and they asked people from, X age to when they were older and when they were dying and those types of things. And they said, was money it, or was it this, that, and the other? And every single person said it was human connection. It was human interaction, that life was only worth it because of those human interactions. Money, none of that mattered, but it was that love. It was that family. It was being with people and having those connections. And I think that somewhere along the line, for some of you, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, either you lost somebody, maybe you have been ill, maybe you're getting over something, maybe you experienced a close call, but something has blown you into this Fool energy and this death, saying, we got to do this, we got to start over, we got to do this healthy, this is a blessing, there's things involved here. So, I mean, whether you're single or reconciling, this really hits home for some reason, Aquarius, because I feel like it doesn't matter whether you're single or reconciling on this card. Normally I read it separately, but this feels like for some of you, like there's been a compromising position that has made you see some sort of revelation or light, letting you feel this emotional need to connect with people on a higher level, knowing that you wanted to love somebody anyways, knowing that you've wanted to meet somebody and you don't want to be alone necessarily, and for good reasons. Not you don't want to be alone just because you don't want to be alone, but because Aquarius, like other air signs, do really well with human interaction. They do really well with that emotional connection and that emotional togetherness. So I'm going to read this card together and saying some of you have had something over the past few weeks, past couple of months that has really turned the switch. Maybe you've been dwelling on, you know, the woe is me, negative, I can't meet anybody, everybody I meet burns me, this isn't, but somewhere along the lines here, Aquarius, there was a spark. It doesn't have to be tragedy that there was a death or something, but for some of you there was. It could be, I mean, for some of you, I even see like, I don't know, like a death of an old partner. Like you found out that somebody you knew in school died, or somebody that you used to date died or whatnot. And you were like, gosh, you know, life really is short. I feel like some of you had really negative energy towards the end of last year regarding love or dating. And now something's kicked it into overdrive of, look, I have all this love to give and I'd like to receive that same energy. So we're going to come into March and come into the next couple months starting over, starting a whole new cycle and having these amazing connections with people. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next 2-3 months, and you have the Six of Wands. So this is saying you can achieve anything you want. This is about victory. This is about pride. This is feeling good about yourself and feeling good about where you're going and the path you're taking. So if you're single, this is achieving something successfully in the singledom. So if you're looking to just date and meet new people, sorry, I'm totally stuffed up. If you're looking to just date and meet new people, that's attainable. That's going to happen. There's lots of potential here this month to meet some really amazing people. Now, are you going to meet the one? Maybe. If that's your successful moment, if that's what you want to achieve. The Six of Wands is achieving whatever it is you want. So if you're single, I had a watcher one time say, how come it always has to be marriage and whatever is what you want? And it doesn't. And that person was very right. And I never say it has to be marriage, or I never say it has to be that. But for a lot of people, that is the end goal. Or for a lot of people, they just want to meet somebody amazing to share a life with, adopt a pet with. Some people want to be in a committed relationship, but they never want to get married. Maybe they've had past experiences that has turned them off from those types of situations. Whatever it is you're wanting, though, Aquarius, it's very attainable if you're single, because the Six is about achieving what you're setting out to find. So whatever it is you want, Aquarius, even if you just want a couple people to date, go out, have an adventure with, maybe have a nice dinner, maybe watch a movie with, whatever it is you're set out to find, because of this positive energy you're going to be putting into the universe, you're going to find what you're wanting to. You're going to be able to attain it, and you're going to feel very good about it. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. This is about achieving whatever you want, but doing it in a realistic way. This is about, if you want to reconcile, this is about taking steps. So if you want to contact them, and maybe you guys haven't been in contact in a long time, if you want to contact them, you'll be able to reach out to them. It'll flow a little easier. If they want to contact you, they'll contact you. But if you're also trying to get past this hurdle that I was talking about, if there's any type of negative energy associated with an ex and you felt like you couldn't break the connection, you're not going to feel like that anymore. The next couple of months are going to feel like victory in, I am successfully going out on my own and going to be able to live a life, and I'm not going to be like tied down to this person, because some of you have felt like, hey, there's some sort of, you know, burdening energy here. I can't seem to get over this or get past it, and something's going to click this month if that's what you're looking to do, and you're going to be able to reconcile. Well, I just said that and I meant you're going to be able to get over it. So there's a big possibility for both. Sorry, Aquarius, it's 50-50 because that just popped out of my mouth. And what I meant to say was you're going to be able to get over it. So I really think it's pretty much up in the air at this point. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks and throughout the month of March, and you have the Page of Cups. This is a very positive energy. This goes very well with the Fool, because this is about seeing things for the first time, having an innocence, having a joyful and seeing everything. It's almost like you're seeing things for the first time. So I hate to say it, but for some of you, I mean, because this is almost like childlike, it's very emotional. So for some of you, I really feel like maybe it doesn't have to be a tragic loss or death, but there's something that pushed you into this. I want to try this again. I want to meet somebody amazing. I'm tired of doing things by myself. I'm tired of, you know, I want a date. I want a person that I can say, hey, do you want to come to the company Christmas party with? Or whatever it is you want, but you're looking at things almost with a new light, a heightened sense of awareness. If you're single, again, it could be just wanting to date, meet new people, have some sort of connection. Maybe you've been tied down with work. Maybe you've been, again, doing this transformation where you're you know, changing lifestyles, changing jobs, you know, maybe you just finished school, whatever it is. It's very positive, and you're going to be meeting new people. This is all about new experiences. So you're going to meet new people. You might try new things for the first time, try new food, try new date ideas, etc. So very positive over the next few weeks throughout the month of March. If you're looking to reconcile, this is emotional as well. So maybe you guys are connecting on an emotional level because for the longest time it's been about hate, or not hate necessarily, that's a harsh word, but sometimes you feel that way, right, when you break up. So maybe it's been based on negative energy and negative feelings, and the page is saying, look, it doesn't have to be like that. Let's revisit this and start all over. Let's do this as if we'd never met, other than knowing that we have a connection, and other than knowing that we really care about each other. If you could truly leave all of that in the past, then that's great. The other twist in this, like I said, I'm getting 50-50, is that this is you going back out into the world as a single person and dropping that dead weight, and experiencing things for the first time. Maybe it's been years since you've been on a date. Maybe it's been years since somebody said they're interested in you because you were so focused on being in the relationship and then the breakup that now you're coming out of it saying, huh, I've been missing out on a lot. The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month, anything that will, you know, happen. It could be the beginning, middle, end. It could be a day. It could be an hour. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is about destiny, unplanned changes, things happening very quickly. It's usually, the Wheel of Fortune is like, if you are single and you're looking to date, it's going to happen. Like all of a sudden, if you've been having a hard time meeting people, you're not anymore. You're just going to all of a sudden have a plethora of suitors. It's kind of like a 180, where if you haven't dated in a long time, you're not going to have any problems meeting people. You're going to be able to find people to date. There's definitely a change here and some sort of farsighted. So you can see what you're looking for into the future. For the first time, it's like you're visualizing what you really want and you're going for it. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying, if it's meant to be, it will happen sooner than later, because this is about a destiny or a change. And also usually moves pretty fast. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like, okay, the wheels are turning and something's coming in and it's going to be pretty quick. If you're looking to reconcile, this, I hate to say it, it keeps me at the 50-50, because this either says, hey, if you guys have been thinking about reconciliation and you really want to do it, then you'll move into it. But if you've been hesitant or it hasn't felt great or you guys aren't communicating, then the chances are over. It's kind of a cut and dry. Either it's going to be able to happen in the next month or two, you're going to be able to communicate, you guys will have a conversation, the potential will be there, or it won't, and you'll cut your losses and you'll go, but you won't go back. It's kind of like this is the final showdown, the final call, curtain call. The next card you have is anything internal that you'll experience throughout the month. Again, it could be the beginning, middle, end, a day, 5 hours, and you have the moon. This represents Pisces. So you have two signs showing up here. You have Scorpio and Pisces, which are water signs. So you may just have a water sign coming into your future, which is Cancers, Pisces, or Scorpio. The moon is how you're going to be feeling. So this is internal. Now, the moon is about dreaming and having having thoughts and romanticizing. But at the same time, it's also about a little bit of fear and illusions. So if you're single, you're going to come in with this robust energy, right? Whether it was sparked by something tragic, whether it was sparked by just your own energy of meeting people and connecting with people, the moon may test you this month a little bit. Now, it's not a bad card. It's how you perceive it, because the moon can be paranoia, or it can be something very special to where you're fantasizing, you know, about your life together with this person at some point. So if you're single, this is saying, look, take people for face value, and if something seems off, don't assume the worst. Don't just go into, oh, that's terrible, because the moon is like you're outside somewhere, right? And you can't really see what's in front of you, and there's something big in front of you, but you can't see the complete outline, so you can't see what it is. Maybe it's a sliver of a moon outside, and that's all you have guiding you, right? And so it could either be this rock or it could be this moose right in front of you. And the moon is saying, look, you know, you don't know yet, and so you're going to meet potential partners this month, and if something seems off, don't assume it's a moose running towards you, or don't assume it's something coming to attack you, or that they're not being clear with you. It may just be that they're holding back, that they may be kind of resided, you may be gung-ho, and they may, you know, have to warm up to that a little bit. Or it may be something that's not great, but I feel like the universe has your back this month big time. Like big time has your back. And so the moon is saying, look, if it's something negative, I'm going to show you or give you the sign or the red flag to where you can cut your loss and move on and date somebody else. So just don't get in your own headspace, especially when you have all this good energy going on. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is saying if you think there's something going on that you're not aware of, like maybe they cheated or maybe there were trust issues or maybe you guys were fighting a lot, if you think that's going to continue, then you're going to manifest that and it will continue to. Not that I'm saying it's your fault. I'm going to get all these messages saying they cheated and now I'm manifesting. No, but you're going to manifest the negative energy to come back in. So if there was a lie or a secret or something like that, that if you're concentrating on that and you're worried about that, but you still want to reconcile, you've got to figure out which way you want to go. If there's no way that you could trust this person again, and you're going to have these illusions of every time they're gone, they're doing something wrong, they're lying, then it's going to be unsuccessful. But if you're looking at it in the fanciful of, you know, we have this connection, I really wanted to be with them, you know, we can get through anything, then you can succeed. The next card you have is your hopes and dreams for the outcome of the month, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, and I love this card. Aquarius, I absolutely love this card. This is what you're hoping or fearing for the month, and hopefully it's hopeful because the Ace of Pentacles is a very good card. This is about new beginnings, opportunities, prosperity. So again, it goes like swimmingly with the Fool, your theme of the month card, because the Ace of Coins is about potential. If you looked up like the textbook definitions of these two cards, you would have potential in both of them. So if you're single, you're going to feel a bunch of potential. There's opportunity here, there's prosperity, and there's new beginnings. So I do feel you're going to have these new beginnings, and whatever it is you're setting out to achieve, you will in the next few months. Meeting somebody that you could see for the long haul, or meeting somebody to just go have dinner with so that, you know, you have some companionship. Whatever it is you're wanting, that is right in front of you, and it's there for the taking. And you're going to feel very prosperous this month. You're going to feel like you're meeting a lot of people. You're going to feel fearless about it. You're going to feel like, hey, you know, we can do this, and it's new beginnings. So somebody's definitely going to come in, but I'm really happy for you, Aquarius, because it feels like it's because you're allowing something to fade. If you're single, you're allowing the negative energy to fade, or you did have something kind of push you in the direction of, I'd rather meet somebody than sit here and be pissed off at the world, etc. So I think that's going to be really good for you guys. I think the Ace is really good. I think that this is huge. The next card, I'm not even going for the next card. I don't know why I said that. But I guess we need to get to the next card because my mind is telling me there's something waiting there. I hope so. The Ace of Pentacles, also, if you're looking to reconcile, this is about new beginnings. So I'm going to tell you, Aquarius, this entire reading, I'm 50-50. I'm torn. This is either new beginnings with your partner that you're interested in seeing again, or you're interested in reconciling with, potential, prosperity, etc. Or it's new beginnings for yourself, and you're going to be seeing the world like in a new perspective of being single. So I really feel like it's a toss-up. It's interesting, new beginnings, because a lot of the things that bother the people who watch my videos and other readers' videos, I've noticed, is the new beginnings cards. Because everybody says, well, you know, every reader says new beginnings, and every read says new beginnings, but you have to realize that for some people, it is new beginnings. It may not be new beginnings for you this month, but for some people it will be. And I have to say that all of your comments and everything that you guys are going through resonates with me so strongly, because I've waited for new beginnings for a long time. And then I got a new beginning, and it was my month, and it was my time. So if it's not, I implore you to envelop that positive energy, continue to put that in the universe. Yes, patience is a virtue when that happens and all of that. But look, there's a new beginning for everybody at some point. So don't dwell on the new beginning and being like, well, it's not happening for me. Because if you think that way, then you're deterring the universe from giving you what you want, right? I strongly believe that if you have positive energy and positive thoughts, and you put positive thoughts out there, that's what you'll get back. Have you ever just had a bad day and you're like, everything sucks, and then you like stub your toe or something happens, or you get in a fender bender and you're like, well, not that I'm saying that that's you imploring that, but you're going to focus on that. So it's going to seem like that's all that's happening is bad, instead of recognizing good. Start off by appreciating the small blessings and then build it from there. The next card you have is your outcome for the month of March. See, Aquarius, that's what I'm talking about. You're the star, and that's your card, and you're showing up to your read. And I love, 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 love when signs show up to their read, because I think it's empowering. It means that there's a strong connection with this month. So Aquarius, if you're single, this is hope, inspiration, self-esteem, feeling good, feeling like there's something of value at play here. And I really feel like you were inspired by something. I would hate to think it would be anything tragic. Maybe it was your grandparents' 40th wedding anniversary or something, and you're like, God, I want to, I want to see that happen. But you showed up to your read. Bravo. Congratulations. I think it's brilliant. Again, the star is the Aquarius card, and it is about hope. So if you're single, you are embolizing hope this month. You are going to feel some sort of just overwhelming moments of being truly blessed and feeling it and allowing it to take over your entire body, and know that you're very deserving of love. You're very giving of love, and together you will achieve this victory. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this says there is hope here. There is inspiration. But again, that's if you want it. I'm going to start shuffling for your clarifying cards really quick. But the star is saying, if that's what you truly want and you truly believe that this person is the one for you, hold that inspiration, and there is hope there. If it's not going to work out for whatever reason, or you don't see it happening, then the biggest thing you have going for you is that you have not lost the belief. Oh, lots of cards here. You have not lost the belief in love. You have not lost your faith in the greater good, in connections with people, okay? And you have the 8 of Swords, clarifying your distant future. So again, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you. Oh, cards are falling on the floor. This is you believing in yourself, believing in what could come. Okay, so you have the 8 of Swords clarifying your distant future, and the Page of Coins clarifying your outcome, which I think is a beautiful outcome, because that's you, Aquarius, and that's you being the greatest form of yourself as possible. Now, the Page of Coins clarifying this is about aspirations, and it's about thinking about things pragmatically. So this is about having these hopes and having inspiration. I can't believe it, because literally inspiration is these two cards. It's inspiring. So if you're single, you're inspired by love. You're inspired in human connect. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to title your read like finally human connection and love. Not finally, but hope and love, or faith and love, or inspiration and love. Because the page is all about starting something, having an aspiration to do something, have an aspiration to meet somebody, have an aspiration to figure out what it is you want in life and go for it. And if you're single, that's what you're doing. There's all this potential around you, and now you're going to go for it. You're going to try and make these things happen that you really want. If you're looking to reconcile, this is being responsible about things, being practical about things. So if it's good, if it's meant to be, if it's positive, if it's giving you butterflies, then that's great. Then go for it. If it's giving you lumps, or you're questioning anything, or you're confused, or feeling like somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes, then don't, and just be you. And just be yourself and move on. Easier said than done, but the greatest thing you have going for you is that you're no holds barred this month. You're going for what you want and focused on being the best person you can be. Now, the 8 is your own head energy. This is keeping yourself from doing something you want. So if you meet somebody amazing and you feel like they could be the one, and you're single and there's a lot of potential there, don't self-doubt it. This is you trying to control something you can't control. Let this wheel of fortune take the wheel. So let's say you meet a couple people, or somebody's not great for you. The universe is going to tell you that that's not the position for you. And the 8 of Swords is you going to, well, I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. No, don't try and control it. Let the universe take control. Let the universe guide you this time, Aquarius, because I feel like that's what you need to get this achievement. That's what you need for this divine timing to happen. And you have a lot of divine timing moments in this read. If you're looking to reconcile, if you are not happy, and this is not, and you're doubting yourself being in this relationship and having it be positive, then you need to stop self-imprisoning yourself here. If you believe that you can do it, then you'll make it happen. But I hate to say it, this almost gears me towards not reconciling if you're feeling like you're imprisoned in a situation you can't get out of. But either way, you're coming out on top because you're achieving what you want. If you want to break that connection and not have it rule your life, some of you have had this connection with this person, and it's almost become exhausting and it's you know, overwhelming. If you need to get out of that, this month is your month to get out of it. If you want to make it happen and you want to stop feeling like, you know, you shouldn't go with this person because they lied, or you shouldn't go with this person because you guys fought, then take a chance. Take a chance that you guys could do it. If you really want to be with them, but you feel like you've lost all self-belief, or you've lost belief in the relationship, but there's love there and you really feel like it could be healthy, then take the chance. But Aquarius, an amazing read. I hope you guys have an amazing March. I'll see you next month.